Hi everyone. It is just now on the hour and I see that we have 4 people here. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. The chats that I do the first Friday or Saturday, well, I've changed it to Saturdays now because Fridays weren't working out for me. So the chats that happen on Saturdays are for basically my students that come in and want to ask questions about crocheting and knitting. Um, so far, I have about 10 students, but we don't usually talk a whole lot on here. I usually get emails. So I wanted to go ahead and give all of you guys a chance, any of you here that might be students and students that come in, to ask questions now, and we can chat about yarn and crocheting and knitting and all the other fun stuff that we enjoy about those 2 mediums. Also, I'll be teaching Tunisian crochet probably, I want to say, around either summer or fall of this year. So I'm really looking forward to it, and just glad that I'm going to be able to do those 3 things. That was something that I was wanting to be able to do, and I didn't know how I was going to handle it. So right now I have videos going up once a week, sometimes twice a week. It depends on what the video is for. If I have a project going up, I usually will do the right-handed and left-handed version. So you will see, if you're subscribed, you'll see that there's 2 videos that go up kind of like maybe a couple of hours apart, maybe a couple of days apart. It just kind of depends when I have a chance to get everything edited. So anyway, so how are you guys doing? I met a couple of you guys over in the other live today, and that was a lot of fun. So go ahead and send in questions or comments or whatever if you guys want to. I see we've got someone here from Georgia, and we have someone here from Tucson. I'm in North Phoenix. So let's see. Yeah, I'm at TNT's Creations Andrea over there today. I don't know about Gloria Jordan. I might have. I don't know. Maybe you saw me on there. So anyway, y'all, thanks for coming by. Michelle Knits. Not sure how many people we still have that sent in messages. Hi, unapologetically Mocha. I saw you over there today too. I teach knitting as well. In fact, I just got started. Oh gosh, probably a month ago, I think now. I started doing just the basic, teaching the knit stitch. Well, first I taught how to cast on, and then I did the knit stitch, and then I taught the purl stitch, and then I just got done teaching how to go from the knit to the purl stitch. Oh, were you there, Gloria? Okay. Yeah, what I do is I like to try to do those particular videos live and then just let them go up as videos because I don't have to edit them. It saves me a lot of extra time. So yeah. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the knitting portion. In fact, I'm working on this because this is going to be this next week's. It is supposed to be a project tutorial. I did another project tutorial this weekend, which I wasn't really supposed to, but I got ahead of myself. So now I have 2 back to back, and so this is going to be the knitting tutorial for this coming weekend, and it should be, I hope, God willing, it will be up on Friday. I just have to basically get enough of it done to teach how to do it, and then I'm going to show you guys kind of basically how to make it into a scarf. It's going to be a scarf, so I'm going to try really hard to get this one made as much as possible, and then get another skein of yarn exactly like the one I'm using right now so that I can show the beginning of it, cast on and show how to start it and everything for the beginning of the video, and then have the finished product ready to go so I can get it all finished in that same week, because that's going to be hard. Knitting takes a little longer than crocheting, so that's going to be an interesting thing. So anyway, yep. And then I'm of course I've got a bunch of crochet tutorials up right now. Right now it's mostly hats, really because I want people to have something really fast to make. Since a lot of the people that started watching this were new to crocheting and didn't really know what they were doing, I wanted to give them something that was going to be easy for them to do, something that would be quick, they could do it, and it would be like instant self-gratification, For some people, that's, like starting to work on a blanket or something like that would be too tedious, I think, at the beginning. So I just started them out with hats and scarves, and we're going to move into blankets and ponchos and sweaters and all that kind of stuff later. But I want to give those people that started following me as a beginner to catch up, and then I'll start getting those other videos up and ready to go. See, Sherry says, that's cool. I will go watch them. Is that the garter stitch? This is, yes. I always just call it the knit stitch back and forth, but yes, that's what it is. I want to make sure that those that are learning knitting with me know that you can use one stitch to make one item. You don't have to have all kinds of fancy stuff going on. You don't have to have both the knit and the purl stitch to make an item. So I'm going to teach this first just to give someone the chance to practice, give them the chance to get used to the feel of it, what knitting feels like when you're actually working on a real project. Let me move this mic up a little bit. And just, get the ball rolling a little bit. And then as we go, then I'll start teaching how to do the rib stitch, and which actually I already taught that this last live, the last live that I put up was the rib stitch. So then I'll be able to show how to make, again, hats, but of course they're easy. And then of course scarves, but being that it's going to be summer here pretty soon, I don't want to delve too much more into wearables just because they're not going to wear them right now. Although they could give them away, make them now and give them away as gifts later. That might be not a bad idea. So, hey there, good Aquarian Queen. Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing. I think I have too much light in my eyeball here. There we go. Ah, I can see you. Aquarian Queen. Yep. Thank you so much for subscribing today. That was awesome. I'm Letty from East Village, New York. All the way over here in Arizona, where it's getting hot. It's already starting to get hot. It was in the 80s, I believe, yesterday and today already. So we don't really have very long winters here. So, anywho, while I have you guys here, I was going to show you some of the stuff I picked up at Joann's. They are having a sale right now, and I can't remember what the sale was. I was seeing so many different things that I wasn't really paying attention. I was grabbing the things I wanted. I saw 25% off. I think I saw 40% off, and I think I saw 50% off. But anyway, they do have some really great things going on right now, and so I grabbed some goodies. I also got some stuff at Hobby Lobby because I love Hobby Lobby, and it's literally down the street from me. It's a whole lot closer to me than Joann's is. I have to travel like 3.5, 4 miles to get there. Hobby Lobby is a half a mile from me, so it makes it really easy. I also have Michael's down there, but I haven't stepped into Michael's for a bit. You're jealous, Sherry? Is it because there's stores like right by me? Is that what or the craft stores right there? We also have some, what do you call them? Specialty yarn shops around. Actually, I've seen one up here in North Phoenix, and I've been in it twice. But that's when a group of people were getting together for knitting and crocheting. And it was just, it's like a meetup group. And so we would kind of meet over there sometimes, or we'd meet other places. And I was in that one shop twice, and all of their yarns are like $20 a skein. So I'm hoping one of these days when I can do it to go in there and just do a yarn haul. I'd like to take like $100 and just go in there and do a yarn haul and just find all kinds of different types of yarns and see what they've got, and share it with you guys and do some of that stuff. I will be doing yarn hauls on this channel, by the way. Right now my son is kind of my cameraman and my editor, so I edit a lot of my videos, but he kind of puts the final touches on them for me because there's some things that I'm still not sure about how to use on my editor. So oh, Sherry, you say yes, weather. Oh, because it's warm, because it's warmer here. Yeah, you're in Georgia, correct? Yeah, I can imagine it's probably still cold out there, isn't it? Good. You know what? Then all the hats and scarves you make for my channel, you can still wear them. Let's see. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I want to show you this. I fell in love with this when I saw it, and it's not just the only one. I have the other one in my living room. I have this very cute pom-pom. It is by Yarnology. Hoping, yeah, you guys can see it. $4 over at Hobby Lobby. If you have a 40% off coupon, you'll get more off. So, anyway, these are so cute, and I used to make these myself by just running and going and grabbing a couple of yards of this type of material. And oh, Sherry, you're in Illinois. Okay, somebody else. Oh, it was Georgia. Wait, let me go back up here and look real quick. Somebody said hello from Georgia. Oh, that was Gloria. Okay. Okay, I'm getting people confused. Sorry about that. It's cold and rainy here in Georgia. Okay, so, so Illinois, I have relatives that live in Illinois, in Polo, I believe. So it's on a side of my family I don't know very well. So, but I do know that I have visited that area. I visited when I was very, very small. So, and I know it gets really cold over there. So anyway, this pom-pom is really cute. If you are somebody who likes to put these on your hats or on the ends of your scarves or something like that, this is really, now that they're selling these where you can just kind of grab them, I'm not having to make them anymore. I used to have a shop of my own online, and I used to actually make them and sell them, but it got to the point where time was not my friend, and so I wasn't able to do that anymore. And so I was, I was making the hats, making scarves, making doggy sweaters, people sweaters, mittens, different things that people would order from me. And it just got to the point where I didn't have any more time and I only had two hands. So I gave it up. And so now I'm kind of like buying these as I need them. It saves me time, it saves me money, and just saves me aggravation. So anyway, these are really cute. I love how the tips are darker. And let me see. Yarnology, faux fur. Nothing else really to read on it, but yeah, you can get this for $4 and save 40% if you use their coupon at Hobby Lobby. And this yarn, I've already gotten into it because the hat that I just made the other day, here, I'll show you this one. This is the same hat in a different color. This is actually a Karen yarn. It's like a tweed type. And I wanted to go ahead and grab this for my son because he's actually going to be modeling this for me. And I'm going to go out and get some really nice pictures and get some pictures taken so I can put this up on the pattern, the written pattern that I have. And for those of you who don't know, I do have an Etsy store. I do sell the patterns on there that I teach on the channel, but they're only $2.99 a piece. So, and I'll never raise my prices on that. I just want to be able to recoup a little bit of the extra time, some money for the time I put into it. It takes about 3 or 4 hours for me to write up a pattern and make sure they're correct. So I want to, make a little bit of something off that. But this hat is really, really soft, and this actually would really look cute on here. I'm probably not going to put this on it because my son's going to be wearing it. He's not a pom-pom kind of guy, but yeah, see how cute that is. I love it. I don't know, maybe if he decides he doesn't want the hat, then I will affix it. But yeah, it's really cute. And so anyway, this is the exact kind of hat that I'm teaching on that video. It's a half double crochet hat. I named it the Marabella, and the one in the picture is pink, and this is the yarn that I used for that hat, the Basic Stitch by Lion Brand Yarn. I don't know if I'm getting too close. There we go. Lion Brand Yarn. This particular skein is a 4-weight worsted weight yarn. I have kitties in the back, so I think you can probably hear them or see them back there. It does tell you how much yarn it takes to make one, like the items. For a hat, it's 1 skein. For a scarf, it's 2. And for a sweater, it is 7. But I forget how much I paid for this. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It might have been 3 something. But I got it at Joann. And it is 100 grams or 185 yards. And I got an entire hat out of half of this. So I was really very impressed by the fact that it looked really small, but I got an entire hat out of it. One this size out of half of this, and it was crocheted, which never happens because, if you knit then you also know if you do both knit and crochet, you know that crochet eats yarn. But if you knit, you also know that it uses up very little yarn. So I was really impressed with that. So anyway, that's what I have there. And I did, when I was getting ready to make this hat for the video, because I wanted to have yarn to use to come up with the pattern itself, because I want to get my math right. I want to be able to see how it's going to look and all that stuff. I used this particular yarn. And this yarn is the Feels Like Butter. And I got it at Joann's Fabric as well. And if I can find the skein, it's got to be around here somewhere. Here we go. It is made with Feels Like Butter by Lion Brand. Again, it's 100 grams, so it's the same size as the other skein I just showed you. And let's see, this one is in the color teal, and that's the color, it's the same one. I bought 2 skeins of this, and I'm telling, it's a 4-weight, and I'm telling you what, this stuff is really soft. If you've never used Feels Like Butter, this stuff is, it is butter. It's incredibly soft. This would make a fabulous sweater, not even kidding. This is so soft, and it's I don't know, it's just, I don't have a word for it, because it doesn't feel like Sherpa and it doesn't feel like something fluffy. It's just really soft, almost like a chenille almost, kind of. That's kind of what it reminds me of, but man, it feels nice. And this one I got, again, I don't remember how, I think I paid $3.50, maybe $4 for this skein, but I do like it, and I'm going to be making something else out of it, just not exactly sure what yet. I might decide to make a matching scarf to go with the hat, and then just maybe give it away as a gift or something. So anyway, and this pom-pom actually would look really cute on this hat too. The gray ones, because they're a neutral color, if you're ever looking for pom-poms to put on hats and you're saying, well, I don't even know what kind of colors to use, your grays are going to be really neutral. So they're light enough to where they're not, it's not black or white. It's not one of those basic, plain look. This has some black tips on it, which I really like. I think it's beautiful. But it's kind of got that grayish, almost a tannish look underneath. And it really goes well with pretty much everything. So I got a pink one just like it, and I put it on the pink hat for the basic stitch yarn. So, and it looks really cute. So as I said, you'll see it in the thumbnail for the hat that I made and put up for the video. So anyhow, that is that hat. And like I said, I'm getting ready to put up a video next week with the knitting. So if you guys are interested and you would like to learn knitting and haven't, I invite you to go in and look for the beginning knitting tutorials. And I have playlists already together. So you have, knitting, beginners knitting playlists that you can find the tutorials there. And like I said, they're mostly for the, I think every one of them up to this point has been alive. I haven't done one that I've had to edit yet. So anyway, that's it for what I have to talk about. Anybody else have anything else they want to say? I'm just really glad you all came in. That's pretty awesome. We did lose somebody, but that's okay. So today when you were on the other live, did you guys find some places to buy or to get free yarn? Because I wasn't in there very long. I saw that she was live and I went on and got in there a little bit later. So I wasn't really privy to most of the conversation. I'm sure she'll have it up as a video and I can go check it out later. I'm going to read through your messages here. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, you guys. Well, if there's anybody, I'm going to say this now for when this video goes up later. If there's anybody that's one of my students. I've had 2 people who were confused and didn't know if I actually would answer them back because they thought I was too busy. No, I am not too busy. I have my phone. So as long as I have my phone, then I will be able to answer you back. It is up now. Oh, you mean the live broadcast? Yeah, later on what will happen is are you talking about Little John's live cast? Because I'll have to go back and rewatch it, I guess. That would be something that I would do for sure. There were some places I didn't know about. Okay. Now I will tell you about, did anybody mention Smiley's yarn online? I used to buy Smiley's yarn all the time. The only difference is that, like, this looks like it's a small skein, right? Well, actually, let's use this one here. This looks like a really small skein, and it technically, I mean, it kind of is, but if you get Smiley's yarn, it's almost half this size. They're smaller. They're almost like if you took half the yarn out, but they're just like a little bit smaller skein, and they're like $1. So it's not terrible. Somebody did mention Smiley's. Oh, I think you're talking, Gloria, I think you're talking about the live. I want to make sure I'm not getting my my messages crossed here. So anyway, Smiley's yarn is a great place to get yarn. You can buy Peyton's yarn there. I have gotten a couple of them there for, I think, $1.50. And usually that yarn is pretty expensive. And I'm trying to think of other places. You know what? I actually got yarn from wish.com. I have gotten yarn from Wish. It was gorgeous. I'm not lying. I actually mentioned that to someone once in a group, in a live group session where we were meeting, and they said, what kind of yarn would they sell on Wish? But honestly, it was beautiful, soft yarn. It looked exactly like the picture. It felt as soft as this butter yarn. And it was amazing, and I was able to use it to make some baby headbands and for my granddaughter. And so it was really, I was surprised. I was really very surprised. So, and I paid, I think it was free, and I think I paid $1 shipping or something like that. Some people just are like, what? You can't get good yarn from, from over there. And I'm like, I mean, I've never ordered from them since for that, but that's what I heard. Wish scares you. I have done a lot of ordering from Wish. I will admit that. I've done not yarn, one time yarn, but the other times have been other things. And actually, the products aren't that bad. And, the thing is if they send you something that is defective, or I don't know, just it wasn't the way you wanted it to be, you can report it, and then they'll send you another thing for free. You don't have to send the other item back at all. You can just toss it in the trash. So see, Peyton's Grace, the mercerized cotton. I am not sure. It's kind of I hate to say this because some people don't like this when I say this, a crapshoot. I'm not sure because you kind of go on there and they have different, it's like when you go into Big Lots and they don't always have the exact same products. If they sell out and they get more different things in there, that's how Smiley's yarn is with yarn. So you kind of go in there and you kind of see what they've got. You take advantage of it. I'm actually planning on doing another Smiley's haul and doing an unboxing here on the channel so you guys can see what it's like. I do actually really like Smiley's yarn just because it's there if I want to have it for the channel. If I want to teach something, I don't have to go buy yarn. It's already here, and it's usually like the $1 yarns, and I don't pay very much for it. It's like I said, I get like the ones that are like $1, $1.50, and it works great for teaching. And then when I'm done with the item, I usually give the items away to like Goodwill or to Salvation Army or to like women's shelters. There's some clothing drop-off areas that I can take them to, and I put them in baggies and put them in there because I know that they can use them there. I don't have anybody in my family that will wear them other than my daughter, who has taken at least 3 sets that I've made because I didn't know what to do with them. So, but the other stuff that I make here, it all gets donated. From what I've heard, if the yarn comes from Turkey, it's great. If it's from China, not so much. Yeah, I don't even remember where that other yarn was made from. I don't know where it came from. It's been 3 years, I think, so I don't remember. But I will say that I loved it. It was wonderful. It was very, very soft. And I have to give kudos to them because it was nice. So let me think. So I know there's Hirschner's. There is, what's that other one? It starts with an M. And then you get the, oh, Mary Maxim. Um, Knit Picks. I hope one of these days Knit Picks and I can do a thing because I love their products. They have yarn as well. They have, I think it's called the Andes yarn. I bought that a while ago. It's not really soft, but you can actually make really cute items with it. I would have to put, if you were going to make a sweater or something wearable, you'd kind of have to put it in water with fabric softener after the item is made to let it soak and soften because I didn't really like the way it felt too much, but they have a lot of different kinds of yarns there on Knit Picks that you can get, and they're not, I don't know, there are some that you can get pretty good price. I think that sometimes they even run sales. And then, of course, there's always Amazon. And I know that I've purchased yarn through Amazon before, and I've actually been able to get yarn cheaper on Amazon than I did in the store. You just kind of have to search around because Amazon is a hub. And I don't know how many people know this. Amazon is not the place that's selling the item. Amazon is a hub for different shop owners. So if you see where it says like you can buy it from 15 other shoppers or 15 other sellers, they may have it for different prices. So always shop around at these different places because you might find a really good discount. And another thing you can also look at is a little, I think it's an app called Honey. And if you put it on your Amazon, Honey will find all of the really, really like the cheapest and best deals that it has for whatever products you're looking at. So, and I use that every time. So let's see, just finished my cardigan 2 days ago. Get to wear it for a couple of days. Well, good, Michelle. I would, you know what, I would love to see a picture of that. And if you want to, if you can take a picture of it, you can send it to myfibertheory@yahoo.com. I'd love to see it. I love it when people make something and then send pictures to me. I do. I love it. I think it's because it's just inspiring. I don't get to be out with other people very often. I have an outside job that I go to, and I'm actually teaching a little girl how to crochet right now. Um, where I work. I work with a little boy who has Down syndrome, and I'm basically I'm a certified caregiver. I do attendant care with him, and I get to spend the day with him, just kind of running and playing and making him laugh and stuff. But his sister saw me with my crocheting there one day and said, "Would you teach me?" And I said, "I'd love to." So I sat her down, I taught her the basics at the beginning, had her work on it on chaining for like 2.5 months. And finally, this last week, I asked her, I said, "Are you ready to learn the single crochet?" And she goes, "Yeah." So we worked on that the other day and she was really excited and she caught on right away. But anyway, I don't get to be around other people that do this or that have a passion for yarn or for these mediums that we do. And so this here is my only real outlet to be around people that do this kind of thing and have the same interests. So the lives for the first week that I do, those are always going to be for people who have questions and want to chat about things maybe that they found in regards to maybe knitting needles. Hey, I got these knitting needles. I don't know if they're the kind I should be using, if they're learning to knit from me. Or, hey, what do you think about this crochet hook? I got this and I'm not sure if it's the right one for me or if I should try something else. This is the time for people to really be asking me questions. But I do love to be able to do other lives. And so that's why I do the knitting live. And then I do get people that come in sometimes. So that's pretty good. Let's see, We Crochet, the sister company to Knit Picks. Good site, had some nice yarn. That's good to know. I'm going to write that down. You said We Crochet. You know what? I think I've heard of them. I think I just recently saw something by them, actually. Okay. We Crochet. Yarn. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up because I'm always looking for yarn. One of the places too that I get yarn, and I don't shop there very often because I don't really need to, but one of the places that I shop for yarn is Walmart. I don't buy anything but their Mainstays brand because Mainstays is really soft and it's under $2. So I tend to get that, and it actually allows me to make quite a few things with one skein of yarn. When I'm teaching things on this channel, I can get 2 hats out of one skein. So I can appreciate that a lot. And the stuff is actually soft and it's wearable. So I don't have to worry about, treating it with fabric softener or something to soften it up. What about your local library? Do they hold classes? You know what? I don't know. I've never tried to find out. I do have a local library and it's about 2 miles from me, I think. So it's possible that they might. I know that sometimes Hobby Lobby and Michaels have classes like that. I've even thought about applying to see if they would hire me as a crochet and knitting teacher. I think that would be fun. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked. Again, my time is crammed right now. I have my job out, my job with Amelia, the little boy that I watch. And then I have YouTube, which takes up so much of my time. It isn't funny. When I started this, I didn't put a whole lot of effort into it. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna show people that it's not hard to do this. Crochet is easy. But for about 3 years, it kind of just sat there. And then eventually I hit 1,000 subscribers and I thought, oh, this is cool. And so then the channel was monetized. And then that whole year it grew so fast. All of a sudden I had like just popping up subscribers everywhere. And I thought, well, if people are coming in, I need to start doing videos. So it took all my time putting together all these videos, trying to figure out how I was going to do it and trying to figure out how I would schedule them and what I wanted to do. And I had to come up with designs. And I thought, oh my, I have my own patterns. I want to teach them. So I just really started putting a lot of my time and effort into that and trying to learn YouTube, because YouTube changes a lot. They have algorithms. They have an algorithm one day and then like one day they don't. It's something else. And so it can be confusing and you kind of have to do like YouTube school because things just change, and you have to keep track of your analytics and seeing like what people want to see and what they're watching, what they're not watching. And unfortunately, I don't have time for the technical aspects of all that stuff. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of time besides cleaning my house and cooking and all the other stuff that I have to do. So it's just not that easy. See, the Brava yarn is very soft at We Crochet and or Knit Picks. Oh, it's both. The Brava yarn, Brava. You know what? That sounds familiar. I'm gonna look and see if they have it. I know that they sell a lot of Knit Picks products on Amazon, and if you have Prime, you get free shipping. So I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I order on Amazon all the time, and I will actually go and order from a seller who has those items that I want. I got both of my Knit Picks knitting needle sets, the interchangeable sets there. I got the nickel plated ones, nickel plated long, the nickel plated short, and then I got, what else did I get over there? And then I got the what's called Caspian. They are the short, they're wooden needles and they kind of have a green and purple. And they're beautiful. With green, I think they're green cords. But yeah, I kind of fell in love with them and I had to have them. That was actually my very first set. And you can do hats with the short needles. They're 16 inches with the cord. So yeah, I had to have them. But so yeah, but their yarn, I've gotten some yarn from them, so I'll have to try the Brava and see how I like that. It's one of those things that I'm trying to find places to get these things because I'm going to be I do product reviews as it is. I already do product reviews. If you go into the channel, you can see there's product reviews on there. So having yarn, having like let's say, and I know that little John showed this today, when we were on there. I keep forgetting her first name. I'm terrible with names, but I just remember her channel name. So anyway, she was showing this today, and I had mentioned, yeah, I use this all the time because it's really kind of the perfect one to use if you feel like your hands get cramped up. Clover, I love Clover crochet hooks, but sometimes when my hands have been going at it for so long, I just have to switch over to this because it just, after a while, my hands kill me. This message for review. Oh, see, I do hauls, subscription club openings, and what I am working on, but don't look at algorithms. Algorithms are more for, I mean, they're for you if you're really heavily into what's going on with your channel. For me, algorithms and analytics and things like that, the analytics part of it, that's for people that are nerds, as far as I'm concerned. You know, people that are just geeky that way, that get into the numbers, that get into all that kind of stuff. Personally, I find it to be a little bit overwhelming because there's so much of it. There's lines going everywhere, and so I'm just like, okay, I don't even know what I'm looking at this point. So I tend to try to. I look at some of the. I look at a few, and then I just turn it off because I can't really get into it too much. But you mean those types of things help you to figure out what is working on your channel and what is not. And one of the things, if you have a channel, one of the things that really needs to be good is all of your SEO. So if your titles are not very good, or if your tags aren't very good, if your thumbnails aren't great, it is less likely people will click on it. So you want the title and the tags, those little spiders, you know, the internet spiders, they come in there when somebody goes in the search and looks up something. Those little spiders go through the internet and they look for that title or for that particular phrase that they're looking for. And then it pulls all those videos up that have those words in it. So that's something that I have had to work on. At the beginning of this channel, I was terrible at it. I didn't even understand what they were talking about. But now I follow TubeBuddy. I also follow vidIQ, and they do channel reviews, and they help you understand how to do certain things for your channel. So that's been helpful. Those are things that have been helpful, and you can kind of keep better track of what's going on that way. Okay, so Brava Yarn, and then the other one was, okay, so we were talking about, well, I'm going to write it down anyway, Knit Picks. Yeah, I want to find places where I can get some other things that I can do product reviews on. So Knit Picks. Actually, Knit Picks has other knitting needles that I really, really want. I don't need them at all, but I really want them. I really, really like them. They have the really pretty wooden ones now, like just the light wood. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, and it seems like Knit Picks, Knitter's Pride. Gosh, what were some of the other ones? Clover. There's some other people that have those types of things. So, so yeah, Knit Picks now has the nice light colored wood needles. So I'm wanting to have the types of things that I'm going to be using for this channel here so I can review them with people and say, this is really good, and I'm going to be teaching this over here. So if you're looking for a really cheap, you know, but still a really good product to practice with, I would get this one. So that's kind of what it's all about. Well, you know what you can do? Do you have any idea what Inkscape is? Inkscape is basically a generic version of Adobe Illustrator. It's a vector program. I went to the Art Institute for graphic design back in 2006, and we had to use Illustrator. Well, Inkscape has been a lifesaver because it's completely free. Oh, Adobe Illustrator is very expensive, but Inkscape is completely free, and it's basically the exact same thing. It works the exact same way. And that's how I make my thumbnails. So if you want to go look at the thumbnails that I have, you know, you might get some ideas on placement and stuff like that. I had to learn all about that stuff in school. So yeah, Inkscape, I'm sorry, SCAPE, Inkscape, and it's a free download for your computer. So, and it's, yeah, you can do art in there. You fit everything that you're doing inside the little hitting the mic inside that little square. It's not a square, it's usually like a little rectangle. You have landscape and you have portrait, so you can choose one or the other. But anyway, it's really cool, and I'm sure YouTube has videos on how to use it if you want to learn. But you can do your own art for your own thumbnails, and it's been fabulous for what I've needed. My son also has his own, he actually has a couple channels. He has 3. But he does his thumbnails on there as well, and they're always so incredibly good. He's very, very talented artistically. See, I bought the Clover knitting needles. Oh, see, now I'm jealous. Eventually, the Clover knitting needles will be in this room, but for right now, they will not be. I have some other things I'm going to get, but yeah, the Clover is definitely one that I want, because I like their brand. I like the brand anyway. Their crochet hooks are my absolute favorite. I don't know if you guys have them. I have almost the entire set. I bought them separately, actually. I bought them one at a time from Amazon. They're a lot cheaper that way, by the way. And then I just started putting them together in a little holder. I just have this holder. I actually got the holder from Wish. Hold on, let me show it to you. I have some other hooks in here, but it's a Wish product, and it's in perfectly fine condition. But I have another Clover here, and I've got some random white crochet hook here. It's just plastic, size K, I believe. And I have a Knitter's Pride right here, and I have a Yarnology right here. I don't know that they sell these anymore, but I love these hooks. This is another, talking about ergonomic hooks earlier, this is another hook that I like. It does keep your hands open, so you can use it. But yeah, I can't find these anywhere anymore, and Hobby Lobby no longer sells them. So I'm kind of bummed. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, the holder, I do like the holder for this, because it's just, you know, you have a bunch of spots. And if I took all of these out, I could put every single one of my clovers in here and just have the entire set together. And then it rolls up. It has a little plastic flap, comes down. You roll it up, and then it just clips closed. And it's right there. You can fit it in your purse or a bag or whatever. It's really nice. I'm a Susan Bates gal. Yeah, Susan Bates is good too. I like the tips on the way that the neck is underneath. It's deeper. I like that. Let's see. I have the crochet hooks and the Tunisian crochet hooks too. You have, Sherry, you have the Tunisian crochet hooks by Clover. Is that what we're talking about? Do I know that they have Tunisian crochet hooks? I don't even know. I think I knew that. I'm getting a little confused here because I've seen so many products, I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. I want to buy a Furls crochet hook. Yes. Yes, those are gorgeous. And there's so much time and effort put into those. Oh my gosh. First time I ever saw one of those was on Instagram. And I thought, oh, one day I will have one. They're like, what are they, like 30 bucks a piece? Oh, and anybody here on Instagram besides me? I have 3 accounts on Instagram. I have Fiber Theory. You can follow me there. Fiber Theory on Instagram is my place to put all the the pictures of everything that's coming up on the channel. So when you see a picture, it's like, ooh, that's what we're making. And then that week, then that product, that tutorial will be up for that item. So that's how I use it. And then I have Dee Dee's, what did I name it? Hold on, I'll tell you. I have my own, which is my personal name, Amanda Di Pastino. And that's just kind of, I guess, more for family, I guess. But hang on, I will tell you what the other one is in a second. Dee Dee's Crafty Corner. That's what it is. D.D.S. Crafty Corner. But anyway, yeah, I'm on there a lot. But anyway, there's a gal on Instagram that I've never seen her before until Instagram. So, but I happen to be in Joann's the other day when I was getting yarn and found out that she is now selling her products in Joann's. I was so incredibly impressed. I couldn't believe that she was picked up by a craft store that is so huge. And she sells crochet hooks, Tunisian crochet hooks. She has some other things, and I am buying some stuff because I'm going to get them and bring them on here and do product reviews on them because I want to give her some business. She's a very talented girl. I believe she goes by the Hook Nook. So if you go on Instagram, look up the Hook Nook. I'm not associated to her at all. She doesn't even know who I am. But yeah, those crochet hooks are gorgeous. They're like see-through, but they have some color on them, like a really nice pastel color. They're the perfect item for spring. They're very, very pretty. And she has other items. She has, I think, things to, what did she have? I think she had a case to put stuff in. I can't remember. There was so much of it. It was on a big end cap aisle. So when I saw it, I was sitting there looking at them and grabbing them and looking and reading and I thought, not today. And I put it back. So, but yeah, they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. So you've got to check it out. I don't know that every single Joann's is going to have them, but you might be able to see them online. That might be a thing. So, same name as here. Unapologetically Mocha, are you okay? So you're saying that your name here is also your Instagram tag at Unapologetically Mocha? Because I will find you guys, those of you who have Instagram, I will find you and I will subscribe to you. So yeah, let me write your names down here so I don't forget anybody, because that will happen. See, Unapologetically. Okay, so I'm going to put down Instagram accounts. Okay, let's see, somebody else. Let's see, who else? Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll look you up. I'll follow you on there. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get all of the subscribers. Right now, it's over 6,800 so far, which isn't bad, although it's been like over 5 years. So I don't know if that's good or not, but anyway, when I first started the Instagram for this channel, the idea was to give people a visual of what we were going to be doing in the videos, and so that's why it's there. So it's fairly new, and there's only like, I don't know, 164 subscribers or something. There's not a whole lot, but I was wanting the people that subscribed to go over there and follow. That way they can always have, those pictures. See, I followed your IG and oh, thank you. See, Sherry, you said me. I'm trying to follow the conversation. I'm not sure. Let's see, knitting by knitting by Michelle. Okay. So Sherry Addicted, are you saying that you are also on Instagram? Is that your handle as well? Your name, Sherry Addicted? Because like I said, I'll write y'all down and I will go right in and I will follow you. In fact, I will do it right now while we're talking. I think I just saw somebody on here. Okay, well, there's somebody that followed me. Somebody, Sugar Mama 2001. That's not anybody on here, is it? I'm getting confused. Okay, so that was on Fiber Theory. Let's see. Here, I will type it in so you guys know what the handle is, because there's that underscore in there too. Okay, so that's my handle right there on Instagram. But yeah, and if you guys know other people, I'm really trying to grow this little community that I somehow managed to start. I'm trying to bring more men and women together who crochet and knit, because I think it's important that we support each other. Um, oh, TNT Christian. Oh, that was you? Let me go back in there. I have to keep going back from account to account. So, Sugar Mama 2001. That's you? TNT Creations? I want to make sure. Okay, because if it is, I just followed you back. All right, let's go ahead. Hold on a second. I know I was having a conversation. Let me backtrack a second. Unapologetically Mocha. I will look you up. But yes, I am trying to put together a group of people that have the same, interests. But not like every YouTube channel is. I feel like a lot of it is like TV shows. I'm trying to kind of put together something that's a little bit more personal. Does that make sense? Something where, you feel more like you have more, not intimate, but like I don't know, more than just an acquaintance with the person, where that person actually treats you like a human being and they don't ignore you when you send messages and things like that. I don't like doing that to people. Some people get too big for their britches, as my grandma used to say, and they start to ignore the people that are watching the videos they put up. And I have been through that with other people where I've had like a question about something and they never answer you back. But that's not how I am with this channel. With this channel, it's like, no, if you have a question, I want to answer it. I want you to ask me questions. If it's something, I have 35 years of experience, y'all. 35 years. So if there's anything that I'm good at, it's crocheting. There are things I've never done. Like, I've never done amigurumi. I've never had an interest in it, so I never did it. But it's not like I couldn't, because I know all the other aspects of how to crochet around and how to decrease and all that kind of stuff, so I can make a head. I know how to sew. I know how to stuff, polyfill and stuff. So it's not like I couldn't do it. And I would follow some YouTube videos, because I kind of grab inspiration from other people. So it's something that I would definitely learn and then come up with like my own animals or like my own pillows or something. Oh, and I do have one thing on my channel that is not a wearable that I'm pretty proud of. I made a pillow cover. And so I love it. It's just a basket weave, but it fits inside of one of those pillow forms that you get at Walmart. I think it's a 16 by 16 or an 18 by 18. I can't remember anymore. It was a while back. And it's in my living room. I absolutely love that thing. It's in like not a powder blue, but it's kind of like a deeper powder blue, I guess you could say. Hi, Mermaid Magic. Yeah, I'm live. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, we're just talking about yarn and stuff. All the stuff. Okay, so what was I saying? Ever have those moments where you just forget what you were talking about? That happens a lot more often these days with me. Having them senior moments. Gotta start watching that. Eat more blueberries. Anyway, I think, so was another point that I was going to make too, was that I really want to grow this channel. I really want to grow the channel, guys. I want to have as many people on here as possible because I love helping people. I do get people who send me, emails, and they'll say, well, they'll ask me questions. First of all, I get some weird questions like, why do you do this in your channel? Or why do you do that? And so I go through and I explain. I don't leave them hanging. I do explain to them and thank them for their question. Sometimes I think they're a little rude, but that's okay. Maybe they're having a bad day. But I am the opposite. I crochet very few wearables, but lots of accessories. Oh, very cool. I mean, when it's your thing, right? Yeah. I know someone who would rather crochet jewelry, like, the chains and stuff to put the jewelry, the charms on. Yeah. So, I mean, whatever makes you happy, go for it. I don't know why I started doing that. I think it was just because it was one of those things that, first of all, the hats sold well. scarves sold well in my store when I had my Etsy store, my original Etsy store. The one I have now is not the original one. I closed the other one down because I stopped making money and I said no more. I'm just going to be done because I can't. I'm in the red at this point. So, but anyway, that those hats were selling really well, and I was enjoying making them so much for people that I just kind of continued when I started the channel. It was around the same time, so I was kind of just making the hats because I already had the patterns made for them because I was writing the patterns as I was making the hats for people who were ordering them. So some of the inspiration for the patterns that I have were my customers. And so that's how I got some of the patterns that I have currently. The newer ones, obviously, I've had to come up with off the top of my head, but some of them are inspired from other uh, things I've seen, and then I try to kind of reconfigure those things in my head and come up with the math for it and kind of try it out and practice it and see if I like it. And if it doesn't work, then I don't do it. If it's something that I can do and I know that it'll work out, then I go for it. But anyway, I get people emailing me some really crazy stuff. But I have had some people ask me, it's like, how can we support you? And I'm going, watch the ads on the videos. Maybe not the 3-minute ones, but, maybe 30 seconds and under. Watch the videos or, tell other people about the channel. Because right now I don't have a Patreon. And eventually I'll probably get one, but I don't know. We'll have to see how the rest of this year goes. But yeah, people have been asking me. So if you are those people and you're watching this, now you know. If you're people who didn't get my emails back, now you know. Let's see. I crochet mostly for charity. Oh, Gloria, that's awesome. That is awesome. I didn't even know that you could do that. That's pretty great. Okay. Ronald McDonald House. Yeah, I used to donate to charities and stuff for babies. For like NICU babies, the babies that are in there and with the tubes and stuff. Make those little preemie hats and make like little hand mittens that you have to make them a certain way because the tubes have to go through, so yeah, I used to make those kinds of things. But Ronald McDonald House, that's a great idea. Let's see, I crochet amigurumis, dipping my fingers into wearables other than hats, scarves, or shawls. So let me ask you, what is your favorite amigurumi that you've made? And if you're okay with it and want to take a picture or already have one, you can send it to me on my email address. Because I would love to be able to see the stuff that you guys create. It gives me joy and it gives me inspiration and it helps me to maybe see crochet differently through other people's eyes because I can only come up with stuff out of my head. I can only come up with certain things out of my head. I have followed other people's patterns and I'm okay with that. I've made doggy sweaters, but doggy sweaters are a pain in the neck because no dog is exactly the same shape as another dog. So, you have to, you usually have to measure the dog before you can even make the thing anyway, because by the time you're done, it's too big in one spot, too small in another. So it just depends. But yeah, I would like to be able to see something like that. And now on Instagram, I will say I do follow somebody that has amigurumi and it is absolute pristine work. Her stuff is absolutely gorgeous. And every time I see it, I just keep kicking myself and say, why don't you do this? It almost looks like it's so much work that it's not going to be, it's not like a hat. It's not like a scarf where you get the instant gratification out of it. It's for me, I would think it would be tedious. And maybe that's what kind of keeps me from doing it. Because then you got to put the eyes in there and you got to do like the little nose and everything. And so, or you got to do a mouth. Kind of artistically come up with the kind of like the way you want the face to look. You got to put hair. So yeah, it just depends on what you're making, I guess. Or you got to make the ears for the bunnies or for the bears or whatever it is that you're making. So there's like 15 different things you have to make and then so on. So I'll do it, guys. I promise I'll do it. I will get to the point where I will do it, but just not yet. I'm going to I got so many items already up here that I want to make for 2020 that it's not going to happen this year. But next year, I'm going to be looking for other things to do. So Hey, Daniela. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm not sick anymore. Never have done amigurumi. Yeah, we are in the same boat with that one. I love making dolls. Patterns by Laura Tag. You know what? I've heard of Laura Tag. I think maybe that might be the lady I follow, actually. I usually don't look at their tags. I usually just look at the pictures and like drool, you know. I have lots of project pics on IG. Okay, well then I'm going to look at your stuff because I'm nosy like that. Knitting by Michelle started following me. Unapologetic. Hi, guys. I see you on here. And I have a kitty over here who is not being a good boy. Okay. Oh, I love your Yoda. That's great. And your BB-8. Oh my gosh, those are cute. Do you mind if I put it in the camera to show them? How about I just put the picture up. Oops, I'll hit my mic again. That's her Yoda, guys. I love it. That's so cute. And I've actually seen quite a few of those lately. They're really popular. Oh my. And teddy bears. Yep. Yep. You got some nice stuff on here. Beautiful items. Well, I will look through all y'all's stuff after this. I will be live until, let's see, for about, well, 14 more minutes. So that way it's not going to be too terribly long going up on the channel. So let me see. I would rather crochet eyes than safety eyes. So you would rather, like, you mean crochet the eyes in the round and then sew them on? Is that what you're saying? Because I used to do character hats. In fact, it's one of the things that I made when I first started my business. That was one of the things I made and sold a lot of. So I made the Grinch. I wish I still had the picture. I have to find it. I don't know what, I think it's in my iPad actually. But anyway, that thing was so cute. Everybody was like, I want one of those. And they kept ordering them, and I was on backlog because I couldn't get them finished in time. And so I kept having to let people know, hey, it's going to be another week, y'all. These don't make themselves. Let's see. I would rather, okay. No, you can't. Okay. I've been looking into making a small amigurumi for my son. Well, you know what, Daniela? I was just letting everybody know that we were talking about Instagram. And I don't know if you know that, of course, Fiber Theory is on Instagram, but there are some ladies here that have given their tags for their names on Instagram. And so if you want to go through, if you are on Instagram, follow them back because they have pictures up and stuff like that. And there's people here that do amigurumi. And then someone mentioned Laura Tag on Ravelry. Is she on Instagram? 'Cause I'm following somebody on Instagram that does that, and it's fantastic work. It's like there's like completely flawless work. You can see my finished cardigan on IG. So Michelle knits. Knitting by Michelle, is that the right one? Okay, I followed you. I followed Knitting by Michelle, and I just followed Unapologetically Mocha. I'm going to go in here and look at your goodies here. Ah, okay. Finished cardigan. Oh, the one where you're wearing it? Oh, that's beautiful. Is that knitted? It is knitted. Oh my gosh, look at that detail. Wow. Yeah, see, I don't get a whole lot of chance to do any kind of detail work like that right now because everything I'm teaching is all basically just in solid colors because I haven't taught people how to change color yet. I'm trying to get them from the very ground up. I'm teaching concepts, I'm teaching technique, and right now I'm trying to get them to the point where they can be so comfortable rising above, step 1, step 2, step 3, to the point where they're going to have no problem adding in yarn or doing, what is that called again? when you drop the yarn and then you pick it up, you do one stitch in one color, one stitch in the next. I can't remember the name of it. I keep drawing blanks, but I made a hat like that one, a couple of hats like that once, and oh my gosh, they came out great. Yeah, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful job that you did. One of these days, I'll be able to get around to doing some of this type of work again. I miss it. I just don't have the time to sit down and just do it though. So one day when I'm retired, it'll happen. Going through the Star Wars box kits. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Yeah, like all of the different. So that's why you have the Yoda. Yeah, they're so cute though. And I did see, who did I see it? I can't remember. I think it was on Facebook groups. I think I saw somebody mention those and where you could buy them. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have to. You know what? I might actually get those. I might get one and try it out. I'll have to try. I will have to try. You see, this is where I get my inspiration. This is where I get this a voice in the back of my head that says, "You can do it. Don't say you can't." A drop stitch, thank you. I followed the wrong Michelle, but followed you as well. Yes, knitted. Yes, crocheted eyes in the round and sewed them on. Okay. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, because I see those people, those, the plastic eyes that have the front and the backs, they almost, I guess they kind of go together almost like an earring. You put it through the material and go up inside and click them on there. Those I wouldn't mind having if I'm not giving it to a child. Obviously, I'm not going to, here, baby, chew on this, not going to do that. But yeah, I can see where the sewing and stuff would be a whole lot better. Or what you could do too is, how do you do it when you go around the needle with the yarn and you stick it through and you pull it through and it makes like a knot? I've seen that done too. That actually looks like that wouldn't be too terribly bad. And you could probably put knots around each other in a circle. Put one in the middle and then do like some around that one in the middle and then like kind of like fill it in and make bigger eyes. That could work as well. That's an idea. Make sure I haven't missed anybody's comments. This was a great turnout, y'all. I am so surprised. I usually get about 4 or 5 people coming in, but I'm grateful to you guys for coming in here and staying with me this long. This has been fun. I'm glad Daniela was able to be here. Daniela likes to come in here and visit with me. She's from Canada, y'all. Near Toronto, right? Look, I'm getting older. I think my brain thinks it's 80. See, the crochet eyes look better, I think. Oh, really? I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess I'd have to probably see them side by side. But yeah, I did the crochet eyes for the character hats, so it wasn't too terribly bad at all. We have another viewer. Hello, viewer. You can introduce yourself if you want. We're just talking about yarn and crocheting and knitting and where we can get cheap yarn and deals and product reviews and all the stuff. And we're talking about Instagram. So if it sounds like your cup of tea, come on in. Trying to think if there's anything else that I am missing on here. I know I'm like, I probably should put my camera on the other side so when I'm checking these, I actually look like I'm looking toward you guys, but that's too much work right now. I have to redo everything. Oh, we even have another viewer. Hi, viewer. Come on in. We're talking about knitting and crocheting and yarn. Well, we're only going to be here for 7 more minutes, and then I'm cutting it off. Let's see. Oh, okay. When I ordered yarn from Knit Picks, they sent me knitting needles 5mm interchangeable tips. I don't knit. Well, send them to me. I'm just kidding. Well, learn to knit. I don't know what to tell you. It was a free gift. It was a free gift, Gloria. I don't know how I missed that one. My thumbnail's getting better. Da, 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 da. Or give them to somebody who does knit. Maybe you can give them as a gift. Oh, I need to show you. So when I was in Joann's, I bought these and didn't need them, but I wanted them. What's on here right now? These are actually clover. They are not the interchangeable. They're the ones that already have the cord on. But I was going to be making this scarf for the video, and I thought, I don't want to go and have to pull all the needles out and the cords and affix all the cords. And so I thought, you know what? I've been wanting a pair of these. Or, wait, are they not clover? Oh, wait, clover. Takumi. I have to find the thing that they came in. But anyway, Joann sells them, and they're in like a green little green packet thing. I believe. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, Takumi. Okay, so it's both Takumi clover. They're a size US 11 8.0 millimeter. But because of the yarn size that I bought, I wanted something that was going to be a little bit larger. And so I love these. I love these. So yes, this particular set will be in my inventory eventually, and I will be doing a product review on them. They're incredibly smooth to work with. Let me see if I can put this down just a little bit here so you can see. Let me move this mic out of the way just a tad. They're incredibly smooth to work with. And they just glide through the yarn. Very comfortable. I have to say they're amazing. And when they made these, they shaved them down. They really buffed them nicely. So there's not a sharp edge. There's no splintering, nothing. These are amazing. So if you guys have $10 that you just don't want, you want to get something for knitting, I would suggest getting these, because if you, I mean, you can always take them back to the store if you hate them. But honestly, I love them because your yarn also doesn't fall off like they would on like nickel or on like some kind of metal. This holds on to your yarn a little bit better. So I can appreciate the I think these were bamboo actually. I can appreciate the bamboo quite a bit. I had a pair of bamboo 10-inch bamboo straight needles that I actually wound up giving my daughter, my oldest daughter, who wanted to learn how to knit. And so I gave them to her, and she has, I don't know what she's doing with them. Let's see. Let me go back up and read. Okay, it's easier. Danielle says, sounds easier to work eyes in the round. And she said, yes, Toronto. See, I knew it. I knew it. I didn't forget. I'm getting old, but I'm not that old yet. I'm only going to be 46 this year. I don't know. In my family, that's pretty old. Let's see. I have a grandpa who is 90, going to be 91 on his birthday, and he's one of the oldest living relatives I have ever had. Let's see. There is a great tutorial on YouTube for crochet eyes. Okay. That's definitely an idea, because, you know, you can find some people who are really artistic and they can come up with some pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, I'll be looking for that too. So yep, can learn from you. They are made Caspian wood. Oh, oh, you're going to learn how to knit and use those needles. You go for it. You go, girl. That is what you need to do. Yeah, and wood is good when you're starting out because it doesn't, the little loops don't, you know, fly off the ends. I mean, they will if your stitches are too close to the edge, it's going to come off of anything. But if you have them back far enough, you don't even need to have those little stoppers at the end here, like the little, what are they called? I don't know what they're called. They're made out of like rubber, and you stick them on the end, and you push down, so it keeps your stitches from coming off. So yeah, I mean, those are always necessary for the most part, but with the wooden needles, if you push them back far enough, you should be fine. But yeah, those are, I think, a whole lot better for beginners, would be wooden needles. And make sure that you don't buy needles that have, you know, chipped wood or here and there, because it will snag on your yarn, it will tear it up, and it will aggravate the living daylights out of you. They are beautiful. Well, there's another picture. You can take a picture and send it to me on my email address. I honestly, y'all, when I've had people come on here before and I'm like, send it to me in an email. I want to see it. And they do. They do. Um, so yeah, if you want to learn from me, Gloria, you go right on ahead. And any time you see a video that I have and you think something is not right, you're not going to hurt my feelings to tell me what you think. So you guys, please, if you guys watch my videos and you say, you talk too much, you do this too much, you don't do enough of this, let me know what you think. I've been getting like the thumbs down, not a lot of thumbs down. I'm surprised actually. I don't get a lot of thumbs down. But the ones I do get, I think, why did that person put that there? Because now I don't know. Was it a person? Was it a bot? Was there something they didn't like about my video? And because, it's like I'd rather have, instead of a thumbs down, or if you leave a thumbs down, say, hey, by the way, I left a thumbs down, because that way I can learn from it, because I hate trying to sit there and figure out what's going on. Doesn't work too well. So I don't know. Do you guys think we should go on, or do you think we should stop? It's yeah, I keep wanting to say it's 1:30. It's 7:16 my time right now. So some people, if you're back east, it's going on. Well, it's after 9 o'clock. So let me know what you guys. If you guys want to continue going, go down to the little smiley face or wherever and give me a thumbs up or something. Give me an emoji of some kind. And if you guys want to, we will keep going, because I'm sure there's other things we could talk about. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. So if you guys do, go for it. Because we got another person too. See, very nice smooth needles. I like wood and bamboo so the yarn won't slip off as fast. Exactly, Daniela. That's exactly right. Yeah. Oh, are you liking the knitting tutorials so far? I've never taught anybody how, well, I can't say this. That's not 100% true. I taught one person. I taught one of my daughters. So that's not completely true. I've never taught people really how to knit before. I always had a lot of experience teaching kids how to crochet. I used to work in daycare centers, and after I used to drive the vans. I will get the kids from school, I take them back to the center, I go in, I kind of have my own little classroom for a little while, and I had my own crochet class that was allowed for me to do by the director. I had more fun, and eventually I just had a big class of kids, and I had boys and I had girls, and they would bring their parents in, and we'd have like a show and tell of all the stuff they made. We had a lot of fun. But I've never taught people how to knit really. So, and even when I taught my daughter, I only taught her what I knew. And at that time, it was not a whole lot of anything. I knew how to knit. I knew how to crochet. I did not know how to go from knitting to crocheting, because that was like the one thing that when my grandma taught me, she didn't teach me that part. So I knew how to knit. I could knit anything I wanted with just a knit stitch. I could purl if I wanted with just a purl stitch. But that was it. And if I tried to do one or the other, like if I tried to go from a knit stitch to a purl stitch, I had like an extra stitch somewhere. So I could never figure it out. And that was before YouTube, so I didn't have that to go to. I have a wooden crochet hook from We Crochet. It is awesome. Don't forget to spring forward tonight. You know what? I live in Arizona. I don't have to. No, I think we're going to go back to Pacific time actually tonight. We don't change our clocks though. Something happens where we don't change our clocks. So we're not going to be, I think everybody I forget how this works. Right now we're on Mountain Standard Time. But my husband said that we're going to be on Pacific time. But we don't change our clocks. So it's very confusing to me. I don't get it. So anyway. But yeah, Daniela, are you liking the knitting classes or the knitting tutorials so far that I have up? Are they understandable? Are they something that you can grasp onto? Am I going slow enough that you guys, can actually see what I'm doing? Because y'all, I'll tell you what, recording things and video recording things is not exactly my my niche. It's not something that I'm fantastic at. If my son did not set up things for me and did not show me how to do stuff, I would be sitting there going, I wouldn't have a clue. So yeah, I have to thank him. He wasn't a gaming channel anymore because he started doing skits where he would write his own plays, basically skits, and he would use family members to be in the skits. So um, we started doing things like that on The Impressionist. He did an, a skit with his sister Isabella as a house guest. That video is absolutely hilarious. I don't know how many times I've seen that video, but I laugh every time I watch it. It's always funny. It doesn't stop being funny. I think it's just because it's the two of them together, and they just crack me up anyway. Anyway, he's got The Impressionist, and then he's got a new one that he decided to make strictly for gaming. So that's called Wrathfinder. And then he's got another one where he teaches and shows how to draw, because boy, can he draw. He's really, really artistically talented. So he's got Render Bender, which is his drawing channel, and he hasn't done anything on it in quite a while. So it's not really doing anything right now. Wrathfinder, he just started a little over a week ago, I think. So he's going to start doing his gaming stuff on there. But one of the things that he does is he takes scenes from video games, like we'll say Skyrim. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but I actually play that game. I love that game. I like it because it's a very adventurous type of game where there's scenery, it's beautiful scenery, where you're around mountains and you're walking through snow and different stuff like that, and you you can go hunting animals and things like that. It's living in like a very medieval time, so it's very interesting. But he takes scenes from this game, and their mouths move. It's a story based game. The mouths move, and so what he does is he makes up new words, new lines for what these people say. And so he makes up this whole parody with these games. And it's hilarious because he actually got my husband and I, his sister Isabella, his sister Lexi, and a friend of his that he met online to do the voices besides himself. Stephen does incredible impressions of, like, say, Irish voices. He can do Irish, Scottish, Australian. He can do Russian. He can do a lot of different, like, he can do like the German, the guttural sounds. He can do all these voices. It's crazy. He can go from one to the other. But anyway, so he uses that talent to voice characters. And the last one that he did was a Skyrim parody, and he had my husband and I acting as a husband and wife team of these two people that were keeping track of this dungeon where they were keeping somebody down there. And so we had to do a part, and it was a lot of fun. He's been putting together this one script where he's doing like a speed dating thing, and it's gonna be hilarious when he finally gets it finished. But he's put it off for so long. I told him, I said, when you started it, you didn't have a beard. Now you have a beard. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna cut it off so you can? And I said, no. You know what you need to do? Leave it, because then in the video it looks like you've been waiting so long you grew a beard. That's what you need to do. And so he's like, yeah, that's what we should do with this one. But the video itself is hilarious. It's really, really funny. And he's just talented in that way. He sends the stuff out and people are just like, oh my gosh, dude. His Impressionist channel that hasn't done very well. It's only like, he started it in 2017 and he's only got 340 subscribers, I think. He's having a hard time being seen, but his stuff is actually, like, he's had people go on there and say, you are seriously overrated, man. I don't know why people aren't, leaving more comments. He does impressions of other YouTubers too, so, which can be really funny. We've done, we did like Try Not to Laugh. We've done things like that. So that's why The Impressionist is no longer a gaming channel. He's going to move all that onto Wrathfinder, and then he's going to use The Impressionist to do other things, like things that we do as a family or things that he can be creative with that doesn't have to do with gaming. So, as if we weren't busy enough with this channel. Yeah. And As if I didn't already have a job. That's okay. We'll find the time, I guess. The weekends. We have the weekends. So, you guys still want to go on? You want to continue? Because we can. I don't have to be in bed or anything. At least not yet. I do work tomorrow, but not until noon. So, if you guys want to continue, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll sign off and you guys can go do what you're going to do. But I'll tell you what, you guys impressed me. I didn't expect to have this much conversation going on. Yeah, if you guys would, if you are into the crocheting, if you like what you see on my channel, on the thumbnails, I would say go in there, watch videos, tell me what you think of them. Because, I mean, I can only go by what I see up here. You know, I'm putting these together when I'm editing. I'm looking for things to get rid of because I make a ton of mistakes when I'm recording. So I have to go in and what's like a 1 hour video? No, I'm sorry, excuse me. What's like a 1.5 hour video winds up being 35 minutes because I have to take out more than half of what I have. And just to get it to the point where, I mean, we have 2 cats, which are constantly making noise. So that gets into the video. I've got people talking out there. That gets into the video. You know, people have to go to the bathroom. That gets into the video. It's like, hang on, I'll be right back. Or I have to stop the video and you know, go do something else. But there are just interruptions. There are things that get into the video that you don't think are going to happen. I've had it where my cat has jumped up on the desk when I'm trying to do, you know, the thing, and I have to put him back down. So there's things that get in the way. And anyway, so I have to, you know, heavily edit these videos. So if you guys can maybe give me some feedback, I guess, on something, or maybe, you know what, if you see something, like if you watch them and you say, you know what, you should do this, because you guys are viewers, you guys are people that watch other people do the same thing. Maybe you have a particular YouTuber that you really like because they do something specific. If you think it's something that I should be doing, let me know, because I'm not really, I guess I'm not really paying attention to that as much, because I am working and then I am doing my own YouTube channel. So yeah, if you guys can help me out with that, that'd be great. So you are not too difficult to follow, so that's another reason why I watch your tutorials. It's fun to try it out, learn something new each time. Well, good, Danielle. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Trying to think of what I want to say to that, because okay, so then be ready, because I don't know if I showed you this. This is a sneak peek to this coming week's tutorial. Oh, I don't know if you saw it. I put up the tutorial. Something's flying in the room. I put up the tutorial of the new hat. It's up. I gotta tell you guys what happened. I was so frustrated this morning. Talk about time limit, and talk about not having the time or rushing. That's what I was doing when I edited the video. So I have a confession, and for those that get my messages on the community center, they already know, and the people that watched the video this morning before I deleted it already know that there was this part of the video that I completely forgot to take out, and it was embarrassing because I was working, okay, and my husband walked in the middle of the time I'm recording, and I got on his case about it because I had already told him like 5 times, I'm going to be recording, don't come in here. And I think he said, okay, like however, I thought he heard me. I don't know. He came in. Oh, I didn't know you were recording. I kind of yelled at him. And so it was in the video, y'all. It was in the video. So I thought, oh, crap. So I went in and I just deleted it and said, okay, we're doing this all over again. I went back into the editor, went and found it. Just, I felt hot, beet red, because I felt so embarrassed by the fact that I left that in there. Because now I'm thinking, oh, people are going to think I'm a complete and total, you know, screwball or something. They're going to think that I'm like this mean person. I would say like a witch with a bee, basically. Um, that they're going to think that I'm this really horrible, awful person because I'm sitting here yelling at my husband. That wasn't the intention. That is not a normal thing that happens with the situation. We had just been so busy during the time that I was getting things recorded. We just got my mom packed. We just got her moved out of the place she was living. I was having to go to work. I was having to come home. I started this new weight loss program that, by the way, is working very well for me when I've had no success with anything else. I have to cook all my meals, and it takes time as well, a lot of time. Gathering all the stuff and putting it all together, it takes forever. And then, of course, having to go to the store or having to do YouTube or whatever, or coming up with my designs. It just seemed like I was doing 50,000 things and I was on overload. And so I was overwhelmed and I was grumpy. And at that particular time of the night, I don't think I had even had my dinner. So I was really frustrated. And so it was in the video. And so I had to take it out, redo it. And then when I re-uploaded the video, thinking, okay, it's all good this time, I got it up and I started doing the final touches where I was putting in that last end card in with like the, where you see where like somebody puts up another video that you can click on at the end and like a little thing in the middle for the subscribe part. Well, at the end of that part, it didn't line up correctly. And so the whole thing was off. And so I'm like, okay, so I just uploaded the video again. And now this whole back end of the video is completely messed up. So I'm thinking, okay, what did I do? What did I do? So I asked my son, I said, is it YouTube or is it the editor? So he's like, well, I don't know. So we went in there and we looked. And sure enough, when I was re-editing the mistake I made before, I made a mistake. And the editor that I have is it's very professional. It's called Vegas Pro Movie Studio. And there's a lot of clipping and unclipping and things that you have to kind of like press. It's almost like you got to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, And so I forgot to do something where I pulled this whole section forward. And so it was my own fault. So he's like, okay, hold on. He went in there, he fixed it, goes, okay, it should be fine now, Mom. It should be great. I'm looking at it. You got your 20 seconds at the end. It's all good. So I finally got it back up and I was just sweating, worried that it was going to be a problem. So anyway, I was really, really glad, really, really glad that it finally went up and it's fine. And there's no more yelling at the husband in the video. I was so embarrassed, y'all, but I'm not afraid to admit those kind of things either. I mean, real life is real life and we are all real people. So it happens to all of us. It doesn't matter if we're on YouTube or TV or, just walking down the street. We are all people. So I had to share that with you guys because it was very embarrassing. When I saw it this morning, I tried as hard as I could to run to my desk so I could get in there to delete that video because I already had like 100 views, 98, 99, something like that. So I know that those people saw it and I thought, what did I do? Oh no, it was so bad. It was so bad. I was like, I'm really not like that, I swear. I just had a bad day. I'm so sorry. So anyway, okay, let me read some stuff here. I'm working on Easter baskets for my two boys. Oh, those are going to be cute. Send me pictures. I don't know how to do that. MT. What is it that you're referring to, hun? Let's see, Gloria said, I enjoyed it. Oh, you enjoyed the video, Gloria? Well, anyway, y'all, so yeah, the video's up and it's ready to go. And then this video, okay, I'm not going to take it past 2 hours. I'm not going to do that because by the time it gets on YouTube, it's going to take like all night and it probably won't be up until, well, it'll be up at 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. Because it seems to take YouTube forever to get these lives up when they're long. Or it could go up in parts. I don't know how this is going to work, so. Oh, you don't know how to do, oh, you mean, MT, are you talking about the stuff we're talking about? Like you don't know how to do the crocheting and the knitting? Are you a crocheter or knitter? Because that's what we're talking about. Actually, we're talking about a lot of things. So you did like it, Gloria? I'm glad. I'm glad. See, I saw the thumbnail going to watch it once this. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you just make another video. Oh yeah, I made it. Oh no, I didn't have to make the video over. I just had to re-edit the portion that was in there. I just thought that I had taken that out, but I hadn't. So no, I didn't have to redo the entire video. Thank God. I was able to just go in there and redo it and just, you know. So no, it's all good. It's all good. I've done this long enough now that I know um, how to get at least that kind of stuff. It was just frustrating because it was such a tedious day, and I already had things planned for today, things I needed to get done, and they didn't get done because of the video. So, oh well, I'll have next weekend, I suppose. So, yeah, so we'll go ahead and end this in 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes. And, but yeah, thank you guys for coming in and watching. I've never had 10 people before. So, that's fun. So nobody here is a beginner knitter with questions? Oh, start another live stream. I mean, it says I'm live for 1 hour, 50 minutes, 54 seconds. So it's keeping it up. I'll probably just let it just go through its own thing. Let it upload when it's ready, and then just take care of all the detailed parts of it tomorrow. Yeah, that's probably what I'll wind up doing. I had fun. Thank you. Well, thank you, Gloria, for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you'll come back for the other lives when I do them. And like I said, I kind of have a schedule that I try to keep on Saturdays. Well, Saturdays now, not Fridays anymore. I do a live chat like this the first Friday of every month. So that's like, I just made it really easy. Not first Friday, I'm sorry, first Saturday of every month. I started it out with Fridays, but when I did a poll on the community area, I had asked people, should we do it Fridays or Saturdays? And it was a lot of people said Saturdays. So I thought, okay, because Fridays I was getting no one. Saturdays, everybody was available. So I thought, okay, we'll do it that way. So any live that I do will be up on a Saturday. There might be one in the middle of the week, but that's only if, like, say it's a teaching tutorial for knitting or something. And it's something that I just want to get up and get out there so that it's in time for the next knitting project. That way people have a chance to learn it and practice it before we go into that. So anyway, yeah, if you guys know anybody else that's wanting to learn how to crochet, someone who struggles, someone who maybe you try to teach them and they just throw the hooks in the air and go, I'm done, I can't do this, like my mother and my daughter did a long time ago when I tried to teach them. No, they weren't that bad, but they were just kind of belligerent about it. Like, I just can't do this. I don't understand this. I don't know why we have to do this and it's like, whatever. Okay, then don't do it. Certain people have a harder time learning it. They don't see it, if you know what I mean. They don't see it. Like they don't get it. They don't really have that artistic side. Not necessarily like they might be able to draw and do other cool stuff, but that particular way, like if it has patterns, they may not be able to do it. So that's kind of how my mom and my daughter were. Eventually, though, my daughter did learn. My mother still hasn't, but my daughter did eventually learn, and she has shown me some of her stuff. She's pretty proud of herself. So, Lexi, if you're watching this, congratulations. I love you. But anyway, so yeah. Let's see, anybody? I like drawing better. My son has a drawing channel. It's called Render Bender, but the thing is there's not a lot. I think he has maybe 8 subscribers. He's had that channel for over a year. He started it, I think, to teach drawing, and he's really good at it. He's really good at it. My husband's brother is an artist, and he is incredibly good, and I think Stephen took after him genetically in that way. He can do, like, I draw, I can do stuff too, but Stephen can do human forms. I'm a landscape artist. I don't do the human form unless I sit there and either concentrate or get a picture on a computer screen. put the paper up to it so that I can draw the face circle, because I always mess that part up. I'm just not good at that stuff. But he can get it every time, every single time. It just floors me how he does that. But yeah, so I do landscapes. I can paint trees and all the stuff, the background stuff. I can draw all of that using color pencils, whatever, charcoals, whatever I have got. But yeah, human forms are difficult. Render Bender is his channel name, and I don't know if you'll be able to find it if you even looked it up, because, you know, we'll come back. I subscribed. Thank you, Gloria. If you're still here, Gloria, make sure, and all of you guys, if you guys subscribe, make sure to hit the little bell icon and hit you're going to get like a little selection. You hit the bell, there's another thing that pops up. It says all, and then something else below it. I can't remember what it says. Hit all, because that's going to give you the option of seeing all the videos that I put up. When they go up, you'll be able to get those notifications every single time. And YouTube does this thing where they'll go through. If you're subscribed and you don't, here's the thing. If you don't hit the bell, you don't necessarily get the notifications. And then that winds up being an issue with YouTube, because what they do is they say, oh, you're not watching this. These people aren't watching this. So they unsubscribe you. So, and they've done that to a lot of different, even channels that I've subscribed to. I've been unsubscribed because I didn't hit the bell icon. I'm like, oh, I forgot. So yeah, hit the bell icon, and then you'll get the videos. You'll get notifications when they come in. Especially if you're learning something from me, you'll want those videos, because you don't want to move forward without having that knowledge. Because like I said, I teach concepts. I teach step by step. I don't go from, like, say, hey, I want to show you how to make this hat today. I literally teach you from the ground up. So if there's anything, oh, good, Gloria. Okay, glad. Good job. Yeah, because that means a lot when you hit the bell. Since I have 4 minutes, again, I will reiterate this in case anybody came in. It's like I've told people before, if you want to support the channel, I don't have Patreon or anything like that. I get paid through ads. So watch the ads. And you know what? Don't watch the 3-minute ads. Don't watch a 5-minute ad. Anything over a minute, don't watch it. I would not do that to you. I don't even do that. But what I do is I watch the 1 minute or less ads on the channels that I support. And while that video is on, I usually just walk and get myself water or get myself a snack, and I go back, and by the time I'm done, that minute's over and the video's on. So that would be my suggestion, and that would be my, that's what I would ask you guys to do, is that, because that keeps this channel alive. Without it, there's not going to be yarn. There's not going to be, I'm not going to be able to take that out of my own personal earnings. So, and it's free to you guys. You know, it doesn't cost you guys anything. So, and I can't watch my own ads. They'll be like, oh, she's trying to cheat, you know, so I can't watch my own ads. But if you guys do that, then that helps the channel tremendously. And when you like videos, if you hit the like button, that does a world of good too with YouTube. YouTube then starts to look at fiber theory and go, ooh, she's legitimate. We got to see, you know, what she's got going on. And so that's something that you guys can do too. I think that I'm kind of thinking that once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I might do Patreon. I don't know yet. It depends on, I've already been told, I did a poll. People said, you should get a Patreon because we want to support you. Okay, well, let me think about it because I have been thinking about it, but I haven't really made a decision. And I am a teacher, so teachers should be paid. I get it. And I've been told that before. But at the same time, I don't want it to look like I'm begging. I'm offering a service. And so, you know, but if everybody, you can think about it like this too. It's like if everybody offered $1 a month, that would be substantial, because if everybody did that, it's crazy. That would be crazy. You know, even if like 300 people offered $1 a month, you know, it's like that would be yarn hauls, product reviews. That would be taking all of that stuff that you guys like to watch, unboxings from Knit Crate and all these places that are getting really popular. I can start doing really popular videos, y'all. So yeah, things like that, I don't know, things like that are really very helpful. Especially when you do this kind of thing, because YouTube is involved. There's a lot of time that is put into this. I cannot tell you, hours. I think I work at least on YouTube anywhere between 20 and 30 hours a week. So it's a part-time job by itself. So anyway, if you guys want to support the channel, that's what I'd ask you to do, is watch the ads. And then if you guys, after I get Patreon up, if you guys decide you want to do something, that's fine too. But the ads are usually substantial. If I can get $200 a month, that's yarn. That's knitting needles. That's, yarn bowls, or, yarn spinners, or that takes care of YouTube for me. So it keeps us going. It keeps us, from having to delve into our own income, which we really just cannot do. So, yeah, our revenue did go down a bit on this. So I guess that's probably the reason why. But, you know, you get some hits and you get some misses, but that's okay. That's life. Anyway, y'all, okay, we've been on here 2 hours. I'm going to let you all go. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you guys will watch the videos and that you will make the projects and tell me what you think about them. And just, yeah, leave me some comments if you have any comments about what I'm doing in the videos. I'm actually going to go eat my dinner because I haven't eaten yet. So, but I will see you guys hopefully again soon. Like I said, first Saturday of every month, there's going to be a live. So if you guys want to come in and chat, talk about stuff, tell me things you're doing, yarns you found, interesting things you found at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, things like that. I'd love to hear all of it. So you guys come back and see me, and I will see you guys later. Good night, Gloria. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad I got to meet you guys today. It was nice getting to see you guys over there at the other live today. It was awesome. All right, y'all. Go have a good night's sleep, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, hi, Daniela. Got the concept of working in the round. Oh, did you? Yeah, it's definitely different. It's different because yeah. I will teach you guys how to do a round hat starting at the top and going around this way and making increases, and then get it to the point where you can do all that other kind of stuff. So, all right, y'all. Good night. I'll talk to you later.